Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Austin Reaves has told everybody what he thought about his contractual process or what have you. He said, man, something along the lines of, anybody tell you that they don't want to get a bag in this business is lying. Everybody wants to get to the money in this business. And so I definitely agree with that. I think that there are the choice few people, one, two, three people that come into every situation and make something that is factual, just not factual, if not for the sake of just being a contrarian. So with that being said, nothing ever is always anything, I don't believe. But as it pertains to wanting to get paid in the NBA, yeah, you gotta understand. Not only is it like obvious that people could get paid in the NBA, but it's also culture. We were raised playing NBA Jam, NBA Ballers, and 2K and all these different games that showed us the lifestyle to dream up. So this generation most definitely has the lifestyle in mind in general. You know what I mean? Of course they want to make the money. Of course they want to drive the best cars and have the flashiest outfits as they walk into the arena. That's part of the dream. That's part of the experience. That's been going on well before a lot of these guys we've been born. I remember watching Michael Jordan walk into the arena in 95 with his big old suits on and glasses on or what have you, coming through looking smooth, shiny, bald head and all that. That was culture. And you look back at like Allen Iverson and how he got down, changed the game with the cornrows and the big baggy pants. Like, it took a lot of money to provide that lifestyle image. So, of course, that's what people are thriving to get to a lot of the time in the NBA if you were raised in this culture out here in the U.S. and also abroad, I'm sure. I cannot imagine these guys in Europe aren't dreaming of the bag just the same. That don't even make sense to me, especially given the fact that they can get to the money in different areas as well. They're seeing people get wealth all over, just like we are in situations of sports, with the soccer getting the bag to it and all of that. So I think everywhere in the world, athletes are dreaming of making hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm gonna put that number out there just because that's what's up there to reach. Maybe even more someday. I think definitely more someday. But at this point, that's where we're at. And so I think Austin Reaves would love to get a taste of that himself. Now, can he get that all in one flurry? Well, not right now, but maybe if he reaches a certain level, he can get to the hundreds, the 190s, whatever it would be available at the top. So I think he's in a situation where he understands himself. He's like, look, I know that this is a business, and I also know that a lot of people who have their heart wrapped up in it are likely going to be disappointed or what have you. So coming in as a young player with the understanding that you're here to get paid is definitely the basis of what it is you're doing, because you obviously know that everything that goes on in the NBA is represented in money. Even the players and how they're slotted on the team is based on a certain budget in the form of money. So it's like, yeah, everybody should be thinking about their cash as it pertains to the NBA. And I think depending on where you're at in your career will determine your strategy for going through the league. I think sometimes you get maybe off to a bad start if you get thrown into an unfortunate situation. And that's what happens to a lot of guys. But obviously Austin's not in that circumstance. And I brought to the table a couple of days ago, maybe that was within his control. From what I understand, he kind of dodged certain circumstances in order to be in the position to be picked up by the Lakers undrafted. So, for me, I felt he's probably been considering maybe positioning himself for this moment for the last several years, so that he could be a free agent and maybe overprice the value or what have you of himself, or even play up the value to a point where people are ready to give him the money that he would deserve. Either way, he wants the big money, and I think he's in a position to make it clear that his position is to be made whole, however that looks. And so I think that's what he's doing by way of the public, and I think it's not the worst decision in the world. You want people to know that your interest is to be pleased, however that plays out. You're not just coming in with wide-eyed, happy to be here when it comes to sitting down and signing something. So I'm sure Austin Reaves and his representatives have a framework for what it is that they will be happy with. And I'm pretty sure that's probably, just looking at how things are going, that probably could change from moment to moment as he continues to play well. So that's just what I think of the situation. I was listening to a few people's reaction to what it is that he was saying. And, it's not that he worded it in such a way that made people think he was greedy. It just worded in such a way to kind of dismiss people who want to say that they're not there for the money, so to speak. And I think that that may make some people uncomfortable for whatever reason. And so that's kind of along the lines of what it is. I didn't take it that way, nor do I hold a young person to their words like they're supposed to have everything together when they say certain things. I think, in journalism, a lot of times, I think journalists project a certain level of responsibility or a certain respect for words that maybe they have versus the rest of the world. And I'm telling you, I don't think people really hold on to words as deeply as a lot of our famous journalists think that they do. You understand the English language and use it to a T, and it's your tool in life, and et cetera, et cetera. But for a guy who's playing basketball, words are just kind of words, bro. Like, words and your relationship with words is different. And because I understand that, I try my best to identify who's trying to convey things very specifically with words and who's more or less roundabout talking to us and maybe the wrong word to fly out. Sort of like I do at times. So it's like, I don't know Austin Reaves from anyone else, so I can't tell you. But what I can say is, a young guy saying anybody who say they don't want the money is lying. I don't think he's going around trying to offend anybody specific when he says that. If anything, he's just letting you know, like, everybody I know and everybody I've ever heard of is interested in making sure that they get paid in this business. And as far as I can tell, that is a fact because everybody there is trying to get paid regardless. So that's what I see there. Hopefully he can get the best contract for himself. And for my sake, I hope it's with my team. So that's really what it come down to, man. I'm a big fan of Austin Reaves. I know that he's coming off a game where he didn't play his best, but I don't hold it against him no more than I would hold him playing well as some type of, something that we're supposed to send him to the NBA championship for doing so. It's not necessarily something that you want to give him an MVP for, is what I'm saying. It's like, let him find his balance, let him get his progressions, let the defense discover him as a star level player, and let's continue to see him react well to that pressure, because that will really determine how far up he can go, how healthy he can stay once the big dogs start putting the best players on him, because that's really what it comes down to. When they put Marcus Smart on you in a playoff series and you go through 7 and 8 series in a row with this dude on you like skin, and you're still able to score in a pressure situation, then we know you can ascend up to that level that people are going to want to put you at. And I don't doubt. When I say I don't doubt that this is the exact type of basketball player that can make me look good when I say I think he can handle it. When he fully develops, of course. When he fully develops. But right now, my thing with Austin Reaves has been ball handling, and I think they're going to try to take the ball from him, and I think that can force him into being in a bad situation if he doesn't tighten it up and just play as smart as he is. So that's really what it comes down to. Like I said, he's been reacting well to it. But yesterday might have been the first look at the real pressure, and he didn't shoot well. So it's okay. He found other ways to make things happen, passing the rock and rebounding the ball, and that's ultimately what we know him to do. And so that's why we appreciate him so much, because even if the shooting isn't there, he'll find other ways to contribute to winning. So that's what it's about, man. That's why I don't hold nothing he's saying against him, because at the end of the day, he's going to lay it all on the line on the court. And it's different when a guy who doesn't says certain things. And then you're like, yeah, but we be seeing you slack. You don't really be trying as hard. You ain't laying it all on the line. But with Austin, he's throwing his body around. One of the things I said about him when he first got drafted was that this guy tends to throw himself around in such ways that concerned me, because I wasn't sure that he was built for the type of throwing himself around that he was doing. Diving all over the floor and going up underneath people, swinging elbows and stuff. I think that he was, at the time, looking at him back then, I would say he was an injury risk because of how he tends to throw himself around. But I think he's kind of gotten that under control a bit more. And I think he's worked on his conditioning quite a bit since. So that's another thing. His progressions have come rather quickly in terms of the improvement. And I really like what I see in the player. So that's really what it comes down to, man. I just wanted to quickly react to what's being said about, how he responded to what was asked of him in regards to his contract. That's pretty much it. I know that what is being said is he can get like $50 million for 4 years from the Lakers or something like that. And I don't know if that's going to be enough. I'd be very happy if we could sign him to that. But I do believe he's probably worth more. However that goes, I think the number's up. So, yeah, the Lakers will do their best to move accordingly. I'm pretty certain. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to add to this video in regards to this league. I guess I'll leave it at Austin Reaves, BDL 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.